Boma Agina-Obu is a product designer and founder of EkoCrib, a property tech company that is simplifying house hunting processes. She believes in solving problems in the tech space as she's a tech educator who has mentored over 500 students in product design. Hi Boma, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm very well, and you, Olamide?
I'm very fine, thank you. So I just want us to have a chat really about different things. And the first question I have, the one I've been thinking about for a while is, you know that when we were kids, right, we used to think about, I wanted to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a banker. What did you think you wanted to become when you grew up?
Okay, so I wanted to become a doctor.
A doctor, okay, like all of us.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that, no, this doctor dream was not going to come true?
Okay, so I think I knew it was not going to work when I wrote my first JAM, and I passed the JAM, and I wrote post TMA. I passed, and then there was money issue, so I could not get to study medicine then at University of Calabar. But when I tried the next year, I saw the number of people that applied for medicine then, so I had to push the university I applied for initially to Uniport, University of Port Harcourt. And when I went to check the statistics of people that registered for medicine, I just knew that there were over 8,000 people and they're just going to give 100 people. And I think that was when I became scared and I had to switch to dentistry. I had to switch my course to dentistry. And I don't know if it was good that year dentistry in Uniport lost accreditation. And that was how they sent a message, and they were like, we're going to give you another course to do because we can't give dentistry this year.
Yeah.
And that was how I was pushed from dentistry, medicine to education biology. So I knew that I was not going to write JAMB again, to unlike some people that were like, yeah.
So how was the journey to biology education? Did you enjoy it, or you were just like, let me just do it because, do I have a choice?
So when I got the admission, or when I knew that dentistry was not going to work and I needed another thing, I just knew that I had to enjoy what I was doing. So I told myself that anything they give to me, I did not even know they were going to give me biology. So I was like, anything they give to me, I'm actually going to study it and do my master's and become a lecturer. So that was how I switched from dentistry, medicine to having this mindset that I was going to become a lecturer. And should I say coincidentally, they just gave me biology education. So it was very easy to become a teacher and a lecturer from that field.
Oh, wow. So you thought, did you teach biology?
Okay, so when I was doing my teaching practice in school, like part of my graduation requirement, I was sent to school, but I did not teach biology for any time. My first school I was posted to, I taught computer, and the second time I was posted to a school, I taught basic science, whether health education, one of these field, but it wasn't biology, and I don't think I've not taught biology like in my life to anybody.
But how did learning biology in school turn you to teaching computer?
Oh, okay. So from my secondary school, I actually liked computer. So that was when my dad got me a computer. I think I was in my JS2 or JS3 when I got my first laptop from my father. So I loved the field. He had to also put me in computer school. So while I was attending my secondary school, I was still going back from school. I'll go straight to the computer school. Even when I wrote junior WAEC and others were chilling in the house, I was doing my IT in computer. So it was.
Oh, that's nice. So when did you now decide that it was tech that you wanted to go into, and how?
It was in my SS3 year. So my roommate then in school would tell me that I'm wasting my time and career going to do medicine or any of those things, that I should do computer engineering and all of that. So because I like computer and I like anything laptop, so when I finished secondary school, I went to learn again. After the one my father paid for, I went to learn from one free program and I learned computer. I did my IT in a computer firm for 1 year. So when I got into school, I was using that skill to do some things to get money. Like I was using to write assignment for people. I could do registration for people and all of that. Then I knew that I don't think I would leave computer or I would leave tech. So that was when front end. I heard hearing people talk about front end and all of that, and I had to pay somebody to teach me web development first, and I couldn't join the class very well, but I was going and I saw that the person was motivating me that I should do this, I should focus on this. But then I was already in school, 200 level. Along the line, I had to leave that, and I also paid another person to teach me graphics. So I was trying to test different field that I would fit in. So web did not work. I got to do graphics. Then when I finished uni, so when I was in final year, I had to enroll for an animation course at River State Tech Creek. So that's the place. And I could not complete it because I was already in final year project, exams, and all of that. Yeah. So I could not complete that particular project. So when I left school, I went to work in a photography studio. I was learning photography and all of that. But then it dawned on me that I needed to look for a particular field to stick to. I can't keep running from this place to this place. And then COVID came, and there was a program at Next Factory, and then I was in Port Harcourt. So that was how I applied for the program. It was an online program, and they were teaching graphics. I was like, okay, cool. Since I already paid somebody to teach me graphics, this is like another avenue for me to do graphics. So at the end of the 4 weeks, it was 8 weeks, I think. At the end of 4 weeks, whether 6 weeks, they brought in product design. And product design was like, should I say, love at first sight? Because the first day I heard the instructor teach product design, I just knew that, okay, this is where I'm going to. This is going to be my last bus stop.
You had the revelation.
Yeah, I'm not moving from product design to any other thing. And that's how I stayed in product design, and that's what I've been doing for a while.
Oh, that's beautiful. But the way you started as a teacher and everything, have people have you ever told somebody and the person's like, how come? How did you do it? Have they ever marveled at that fact, like, oh, you went from biology education and now you're a product designer?
Yeah, so because I wear glasses, most people don't even think that. Most people used to feel like I was going to go back to school, especially my parents. I was going to pursue schooling back because I look like I like school and all of that. So when I now tell people that I'm not, so because of this, should I say, impression about me, I even had to change my hair pattern, to dye my hair pattern, so that when you look at me,
like a bad girl.
Yeah, you would not think that I'm even a teacher. So sometimes when I post it on my status that I studied education, most persons don't know. Most persons don't actually believe that I actually studied education. They used to think I studied computer science or any of those other courses in school.
So I read that you have mentored over 500 students because you're a tech educator. Do you think that your educational background, like your background in education, has helped you so far?
I think it did, because I know that even when I was in school, I was not passing. Should I say I was not passing? Okay, I was passing all my courses, but when it comes to educational courses, I was passing them very well. I was getting A and B and all of that. But when it comes to biology, you get to see C and the rest of them. So I think it's something that has helped me, because I actually focused on education while I was in school. I left biology, and it has made me understand that because of the kind of person I am also to learn, I know that if you have a good teacher, you're actually going to learn better, especially for those people that don't like reading. There's some people that don't read, they just need somebody to explain the concepts for them and they get to understand it. Mm-hmm. So while I was in school, they emphasized on all of those things while we're doing our educational courses. So bringing that to product design, it has made it very easy for me to be able to teach somebody and the person would understand, because I've been getting several feedback from that. Almost all the students I've taught, they've all given me positive feedback, and I just know that it's because of I studied education. And even if there is, they'll tell you in education, they'll tell you that there are some people that are born to teach, and
so you're a born teacher.
Even if I feel like, I have that gift in me to teach, I feel like the training I got for 4 years in school is what is actually helping me.
Oh, that's beautiful. But do you think that at any point it made, like, your being in education made it difficult for you to transition to tech?
Okay, no, we didn't. But I know some persons that it actually affected. So I was this kind of person that I feel like it's also my personality that allowed me to easily transition from education to tech. Because while I was in school, I was not focused on the normal classroom and all of that. I had the mindset that if I wanted to make money, teaching was not going to give me that money.
Right.
So that pushed me while I was in school to look for other means. Even if I know that, I said, okay, even if I was going to be a teacher, not a secondary school class teacher, I was going to be professor, or because my uncle is a professor, so I was looking towards that direction. I was going to be a lecturer.
You were going to making them big money.
Yes.
Now, do you think that the tech space in Nigeria, like, do you think the sky is wide enough for everybody in this tech space in Nigeria?
Okay, yeah, I think it's actually wild enough for everybody to be able to look for their space and stay in. Because I feel like one of the things that's making people feel like there's no space again is the tech space is actually filled. Let me put it like that. Almost everybody is jumping. Now
Yes,
you'd see a doctor, a pharmacist. I know someone that studied pharmacy in school and now she's doing programs management very well and she's a data analyst. So she has left that. But the only thing that would make you move to the sky is large, but the only thing that will make you move to that top is if you consistently learn and try to push yourself. In the tech space now, we have several startups coming up. So one thing I tell people in tech that they are problem solvers. So there's no day that you hear that there's no more problem in Nigeria or there's no more problem in the world. So the space will still it will still be expanding to accommodate more people. It's just that we just need people that are good or people that are willing to follow the learning process, because it's not a get rich quick scheme the way people project it. Tech is blood money and all of that. You need to walk your way through. You need to start from the bottom, walk your way till you get to the top. It's not something that you just come. So the reason why people feel like it's so filled up and they're not going to make much and all of that is because they have this mindset that it's when you stand up, you just start learning, the next minute you're getting there
and you're making money.
Yes, why some people have luck. I won't call it luck. It's like they put in more effort. So this consistency and learning process, we can't actually cheat it. So let's say, for instance, I know a friend that had to move from, he finished school, came back to Nigeria, and he started tech in COVID-19 period. In a space of 1 year, he got an international job, which is actually a very good way, because that's like a motivation to so many persons. But I know the kind of work he had to put in. Yes, he was volunteering. He did not have time for himself. You would not even see him outside and all of that. So I can be putting in 5 hours per day and another person is putting in 10 hours per day. You know that our good level is not going to be the same.
Definitely. So looking back now, do you think that there's anything you would have done differently?
Yes. So like I said, I regret actually doing so many things before. So just imagine when I started tech in my year 1. Okay, I started from secondary school, where I started learning computer 101 and all of that. Imagine I was focused with product design from the onset. I know how or where I would have gotten to by now. Because I wasted the whole of that 4 years doing several things. So it's just like a jack of all trades. Because if you give me something, I can edit a video, I can do this, I can design, I can do this, I can do that, but I can't do that professionally the way I do product design. So so if I had that time for my year 1 to start product design, by now, this is I finished school, it's almost 4 years ago or so. I finished in 2019 and this is 2023. So imagine I started from 2015.
Now that 8 years already.
Yeah.
But 4 years, this 4 years down the line that you have been able to focus on tech and all that, how have you been able to carve a niche for yourself? How have you been able to do that?
Okay, so funny story. When I came to Lagos, I used to work for Next Factory, right? Yes, so when I started working with Next Factory, I was not working there as a product designer. So I think one of the things that even helped me to get a niche is the fact that I was able to. I looked for a tech firm from the starting. So while people were finishing their trainings and all of that and they're staying at home, I had to work. I was privileged to work with a team that was just tech. They built just tech products. So it was like I was like the only girl at that point, and you can imagine the kind of training I got. I was designing almost every week. A new product was coming out. So I think what helped me to even create a niche for myself in this particular tech field is that I was in the right association at that time, at the right time. So they had to push me. So I got my hands dirty on designs and all of that. So
that's doing the work.
Yeah, I was doing the work and not just learning and just posting online that I was learning. But I made a mistake, or I made so many mistakes that while I was doing all of those things, I was not out. I'm still not a social media person, but I feel like if I had done all of those things online, one thing I tell people I mentor today is you should not hide your learning process the way I did.
So do you think this is an advice that you give? So is there any other advice apart from not hiding your learning process? What other advice do you think you give people that are looking to enter or transition into tech?
Okay, so for people that are looking to transition into tech, first thing I tell you, get a niche, or take out time, know what you like. The internet has made it very easy these days that you can go online and you can, on YouTube, you can see the different courses. So first of all, take your time, know what you can, know your strengths, because also your strength matters a lot. You can't say you don't like colors and you don't like text, you don't like all of these things, and you want to be a product designer. Yeah, you can be very good with management and all of that, gathering teams together. You know that your strength should be product management. So also look at your strengths, what you can do, pick a niche. Then when you're done with picking a niche, you should be intentional with your learning. So it's not just learning and chasing clout that I'm learning product design. I just enrolled in this. Yes, I just enrolled in this, and the next minute you're putting out things. Be intentional with your learning process. Now it's something you need to take bit by bit, one step at a time. You can't say you're starting product design today. I've mentored so many persons, so I've seen their different set of people and how they want to learn. So sometimes when I go and I teach and I'm teaching the basics, some persons will be like, let's jump into Figma. One thing you need to note as someone starting out, the tool is like the least of the problem. Even for web development, anything you can, product management, any tech skill you can think about, the tool is like the least of your problem. You should learn the real work, the business itself. You should also learn the business of product design, because there's also a business part of it. Because after learning, if you don't know how to make money with it, it's just like you've been wasting your time. So you should also take out time yet to learn the business of it. Learn the business, then you can now think of the tool. The tool is something that's why when I started learning product design, I was using XD. I was using Adobe XD. But I had to move from Adobe XD to Figma. Tools will keep coming out. Tomorrow you will hear that there's another tool that is out that is far better than Figma. And it will take me 1 week or some days to learn the tools. So tools should be the least of your problem. Focus on your growth.
Thank you very much, Boma. Thank you for taking your time to talk about your journey with us. And I hope you'll come back and tell us about your business, your startup that you have now. I really hope that I'll call you back and you would answer me, and then we'll have a conversation about your startup. Hope if I call you, you're going to come back.
Yeah, sure. I'll come back to talk about EkoCrib.
Thank you very much, Boma. I really hope to hear from you on some other time. Have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Olamide. Thank you, African Tech Radio, for having me here today. I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.